Monica McNutt, man, she felt like everything was adjudicated perfectly last night when it came to the Indiana Fever and Suns game, man. And y'all won't believe what she said.
Ohio State. Then you got Marina Mabrey, who is a little bit of an enforcer in the league. I use that air quotes around that term, but she's someone who is a high level of competitor. And then you've got Lexi Held as well, going to the rescue of her teammate in Caitlin Clark. So to me, you know me, I tend to lean on the emotions of competition. Adjudicated fairly, we move on.
Yeah, we got.
The WNBA is once again at the center of controversy, but this time the uproar has spilled over from the court into the broadcast booth. ESPN analyst Monica McNutt sparked outrage by offering what many consider one of the most insensitive, biased, and deeply troubling justifications of player violence seen in recent times.
Caitlin Clark and the Fever hosting the Sun. Now, it's gotten chippy between these teams before, and last night it really did. First off, here's just some Caitlin being Caitlin and knocking down threes.
She's been great since she's been back after that injury. Saturday, they knocked off the Liberty in the Commissioner's Cup, and she's picking off where she left off. Obviously, you know how lethal she is from behind the three-point line.
3 threes in the first half for Caitlin, 12 points. Then here's where it starts to get chippy. Tell us what we see here. Fever up by 10. Clark is backing down J.C. Sheldon. We got a foul. She's going to get hit in the face right around here. She doesn't like it. Now we got shoving. Now we got Marina Mabrey knocking her to the ground. What happens here?
As Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White unleashed a scathing critique of the league's officiating following Tuesday night's chaotic 88-71 win over the Connecticut Sun, McNutt was on ESPN, seemingly defending the very actions that have turned women's basketball into a lightning rod aimed at its top star.
Is this incident with Caitlin Clark that happened? So during the game, this is what started the whole. Well, I think it has started before this. They were playing scrappy the whole game. This team's very scrappy. Didn't really change much since Stephanie White left. You know, the new coach is doing the same shit as far as like scrappy physicality. This happened with Cece. So she got hit in the face, as you can see. She hit the shit out of her face. Like she damn near punched the girl, bumped into her. And then Marina, like, this is crazy, bro. And nobody.
What unfolded during the Fever Sun game was more than just an intense basketball matchup. It became a clear example of how bias, questionable officiating, and media complicity can merge to form a perfect storm of unfairness, one that risks eroding the very principles the WNBA says it stands for.
The guy brought up, she was poked in the eye, hit in the face. But Monica absolutely ignores that, right? And has nothing negative to say about Marina Mabrey shoving Caitlin Clark over. Says it's a part of competition. What is competitive about that? What is competitive about somebody blindsiding somebody and shit?
The chain of events that sparked this controversy started innocently in the third quarter, with Caitlin Clark positioned near the top of the key under tight defense from Connecticut's JCS Sheldon. What followed, however, quickly escalated, exposing the troubling reality of how the league's top star is repeatedly singled out without consequence.
You got one player, one valuable asset. You have one star that you should be protecting at all costs. And how does the WNBA treat her? They constantly attack her, they poke her in the eye, then they take cheap shots when she's...
If you're following the action, make sure to subscribe. During the play, Sheldon made what officials later called unnecessary contact, deliberately poking Clark in the eye. The act was so blatant and clearly intentional that even casual fans immediately saw it as crossing the line from normal competition into something far more malicious. Clark's response was entirely natural. She clutched her face in pain, and when Sheldon continued to engage physically, she instinctively pushed him away in self-defense.
Actually, after poking Caitlin in the eye, she walks up to her and like bumps her chest on Caitlin, which is why Caitlin shoved Sheldon off of her, right? That's why she shoved her off, because she's sitting here bumping her chest after poking her in the eye. Sheldon in the wrong the entire time right here. And Caitlin getting her off of her. And then here come Marina Mabrey shoving. Why? Because your team made...
But this episode quickly escalated from a typical on-court clash into a clear example of how the WNBA's systemic issues have fostered an environment where star players are routinely targeted. Marina Mabrey, who had no reason to get involved, came up from behind and delivered a shocking blindside body check that sent the league's leading star crashing to the floor. The crowd's reaction was instant and intense. They immediately recognized that what they had seen crossed every line of fair play. The sustained boos weren't just emotional, they were a shared demand for accountability.
Really, people out here defending Marina Mabrey for Madden hit sticking Caitlin Clark to the floor, saying that she's just protecting her teammate. For one, it involved Caitlin Clark and JC Sheldon. They had their little spiel before that. And then JC Sheldon scratches Clark in the face, then invades her space after that. Clark pushes her away because of that. And then Marina Mabrey comes get involved and Madden hit sticks her to the floor, man. And y'all just like...
After a review that felt longer than a Supreme Court session, the officials came back with rulings that defied logic, precedent, and common sense. Sheldon was assessed a flagrant foul for the eye poke, a call justified by the clear intentionality of the act. But it was the subsequent decisions that would spark a massive controversy extending well beyond Indianapolis.
Wonder if some of this drama with Caitlin Clark is being manufactured. Just to be clear, I'm not saying Caitlin Clark is manufacturing the drama. Obviously, she doesn't need to rely on gimmicks to generate mainstream attention. But the rest of the pretend basketball players in the WNBA, the only way they can generate interest, the only way they can see their name in the headlines is by attacking Caitlin Clark. And I'm starting to wonder if it's...
Caitlin Clark, who had been targeted with both an eye poke and a blindside body check, was handed a technical foul. Let that sink in. The player who suffered 2 blatant attacks in seconds was penalized for her natural response. Crew Chief Ashley Gloss explained that Clark's reaction to Sheldon's eye poke was deemed unsportsmanlike.
And what went into deciding Marina should get a technical instead of something more severe like an ejection? She said the contact made by Mabrey did not rise to the level of ejection. How the fuck does that not rise to a level of ejection? Can someone explain that to me? I think even in the NBA that might have been an ejection. I think both of them would have got ejected. She said additionally it did not meet the criteria for flagrant 1 foul penalty 2. So what does? Right? Question, why did Caitlin Clark get a technical foul? After the foul by Sheldon, Clark reached in an unsportsmanlike manner towards Sheldon. What type of sense? Yo, she got hit in the eye. In one angle, it looks like she got damn near punched. And then she trying to get up. She trying to get the girl off her. The girl attacks at her. And then Marina comes and knocks her down. That's crazy.
As for Marina Mabrey, whose actions were so blatantly flagrant that even casual fans anticipated an immediate ejection, she was handed only a technical foul and allowed to stay in the game. Despite executing what was essentially a football-style body check on an unsuspecting opponent, officials ruled that Mabrey's contact did not warrant an ejection and fell short of the threshold for more severe punishment.
Sophie Cunningham is getting called vile and disgusting for dropping JC Sheldon to the floor and dragging her by the hair. So Sophie Cunningham can't stick up for her teammate or else it's vile and disgusting. But Marina Mabrey could get involved in something that didn't involve her, and it's just she was protecting her teammate. The Caitlin Clark hate.
The WNBA's latest controversy highlighted systemic failures on and off the court. Caitlin Clark was targeted with blatant fouls, yet officials penalized her while giving Marina Mabrey a minor technical. Sophie Cunningham stepped in to protect her teammate, earning praise from fans despite being ejected. Meanwhile, ESPN analyst Monica McNutt defended the attacks, normalizing violence against the league's biggest star. Indiana Fever coach Stephanie White condemned the officiating, calling out the league's inability to adapt to the modern game. Until player safety and fair officiating are prioritized, the WNBA risks undermining its integrity and credibility.